Hello my friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. And today what I got is of course what I usually do, painting minis. Today I'm going to be painting the characters from Marvel Crisis Protocol, Sandman and the Vulture. Now these two characters are actually a 4-pack, but I'm not going to do all 4 of them today. I'm going to save the other 2 for another video. So let's just bring them out. So, whoops, I almost dropped it. So the Sandman, and with him comes these nice 2 little extra pieces. One, as you can see, has a giant hand, and another one that's like a little cyclone. All right, and the Vulture. 2 of Spider-Man's deadliest villains. All right, so yeah, like I said, they're in a 4-pack, but they're in a 4-pack with actually Electro and the Shocker. I'm going to do those in another video. Excuse me. So one difference with today's video and from every video from here on in, nice new development that I was told about by a friend of mine, and I decided to check out. I decided to sign up for affiliation status on Amazon. So in the description will be links to this 4-pack and even the core set of the game. So if you would like to check it out yourself, if you like to play the game yourself, then you click on those links, it'll bring you right to it. And what happens is, because I signed up as an affiliate, I will get a percentage. So it helps to support the channel, helps to support well, I guess me. So I'm going to be doing that from now on with here, and also on Tabletop Jones Productions with the games, because one thing that we thought about was that if someone liked the game, we should actually show them how to get the game. So with the link, you can basically be brought directly to the game. So that's so that's hopefully going to be helpful for anybody who's interested in any of these games that that we showcase on these channels. So anyway, now next is of course priming, and I know in the latest in the last bunch of videos I've been doing, I haven't been able to do the the priming on camera because outside's been the weather hasn't been exactly agreeable, and today unfortunately is no different. It's been very damp outside. So I'm going to do it inside, well, like pretty much with the door open, so that my whole house doesn't smell of primer. And so I'm going to do that off camera, and when I come back, we're going to start with base coats. So stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and all that primer is now dry, and I'm going to get started on Sandman and the Vulture. We're going to start doing some base coats. All right, so let's get right to it. I almost said stay tuned. Oh my god. Alright. Let's get this all ready to go. Excellent. Okay. So now Sandman. Well, I got a nice special color for that one. Desert Yellow. I actually bought this color after I bought the pack. Because I figured, you know what? I want a color that actually looks like sand, and I think I made the right decision with this. All right. All right. That's going on nicely. So as you can see with Sandman, there are several little areas with what looks like debris, and pretty much have like metallic gray and regular gray ready to go for that. Okay. So, here we go. Actually, I think with all the characters I've managed to accumulate, I probably now now have the characters to make the Sinister Six. And for those of you who read Spider-Man comics, know who they are. They are actually, I think, the first group of villains that he faced, dating all the way back to the 60s. All right. And of course, Sandman is one of them. Vulture is another. Also is in there is Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro, which is also in this pack, but I'm going to be doing him in another video. Well, doing him, boy, that sounds horrible. I'm going to be painting him in another video. And try this. Oh yeah, Kraven the Hunter. Now, the Kraven the Hunter that I have, I do have to actually fix because it had a very small connection to the base where it was from one of his feet. And unfortunately, I think I had attached it wrong to the base, and when I tried to fix it, I basically just broke it off, and I have not fixed it yet. So one of these days, I will take out that piece, and I will fix it. Yeah, I may have to fix it by using the pinning method. You know, putting like a nice little brass rod in there, and you know, to hold it on. This might be the only way I get it fixed. The more I think about it, but those 6 are the original Sinister Six. And of course, those of you who have, who read Spider-Man comics know also that there is also a group of his villains who call themselves the Sinister Syndicate. And I don't remember exactly everybody who was a part of that. I know Beetle was part of that. I think Shocker, who was part of this package, was also a part of it. Now, unfortunately, when I was putting it together, it didn't go in, form, it didn't match up all that great. As you can see, there's a gap here. I was originally thinking of waiting until I was able to get this thing called green stuff to fill in that gap, but wasn't sure when I would be able to order it, and I decided to just go ahead and paint the piece anyway. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I really had to, do that. I don't know. Maybe it would look a little bit better, but we'll see what we can do. So I'm gonna get this giant hand painted. And once I get these 2 little, little add-on pieces for the Sandman, I'll start on the Vulture. I'm gonna pretty much need green Venom, of course, which I do have out and ready to go. I always try to have the colors that I need out and ready, because otherwise you'll hear me rummaging through them all the time, and I don't want to do that to you. So anyway, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have signed on for affiliation status on Amazon. A friend of mine at work brought that up to me. he said, you're showing all these games and whatnot. He says, you may as well, get compensated for it. I was like, oh, he mentioned the affiliation stats. I didn't fully know what he meant, about what it was at first, and I thought it was just like, posting a link, but then it just didn't make sense because it's like, how would they know? How would they know that, it was because of a link that I shared? And then I looked up one day. I just looked it up on a Google search, and there it was. And the sign up was, it was pretty simple and straightforward. It wasn't really complicated at all. It didn't even take all that long to sign up. And it's like one of the, like it asks you how you're going to be sharing the links, and one of them did say YouTube influencer. So I'm like, never considered myself an actual influencer, but okay, all right. If that's the description, then that's the description. Yeah, So if if the game looks good, you want to give it a try, you want to have it for yourself, then yes, please use the link that I'm going to be sharing. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it in the description of the video, so it'll be on YouTube, but also I'm going to be putting it in with the I'm going to be putting it like when I share these videos on social media. I would assume that some of you who are watching, that's how you came across this. I'm going to be, sharing it in the description there. Also, I've been pretty much told that I should start using hashtags, so I'm going to be doing that as well. Excuse me. All right. So yeah, I'm trying to, basically utilize social media correctly to help promote these channels that I am involved in. Whoops, I don't really need it there. All right, and it's all a learning process, and I will say I do seem to have pretty good luck with it on Instagram. I think I put up a page for Tabletop Jones Productions so that John and I can both benefit from it, and we're at over 100 followers, and I've only been doing it for like maybe 3 weeks. So I don't know, for some people they may think that that's nothing, but for me that's like like oh my god, really. Never really had that type of that type of attention to anything that I was doing on social media before, so it was kind of a pleasant shock to the system. We also try to utilize utilizing X, we're utilizing TikTok, and all right, start on the Vulture, and utilizing X, TikTok, Instagram Threads, which is basically like just a general posting part of it. That I've been using for a while, but I think just recently is when I'm finally starting to see some actual results from it. All right. Looks like we're gonna be done with the base coating very soon. Well, actually, I do want to go back to Sandman because the shirt that he wears is green. I'm just trying to figure out if I would be messing up the tan color that I just put on there if I were to try to put green on it right now. All right. All right, so I think with Vulture, I'm just going to have to accept that some of this green paint is going to go where I don't want it. Whoops. Like his head that I just did right now. Anyway, So yeah, so there's some of it's gonna go where I don't want it to go, and I'm just gonna be painting over it later. But that's all right. That's how it works. That's how it goes. All right. And as always, I mean, I've said this before in other videos. You know, if anybody out there does already have some of these minis that I've been painting, and you know, would like to share what they've done, I mean, in the comments section, absolutely put it there. I mean, maybe in the future, I'll try to accumulate some of those images and like showcase them in like a way in you know, like side by side with mine, just to, you know, maybe we'll get a vote going. You know, see who thinks you know, who did a better job. You know, maybe we can get that going. I mean, I haven't really been too successful with the comment section. I haven't been too successful sparking conversations, unfortunately, which I am still working on. But you know, maybe that'll be something that can be, you know, that can be a thing. All right. Okay. All right. So, oh, that's right. I did say I wanted to do more on Sandman. Now, for Sandman, obviously it's green with black stripes. Now, basically, from what I can see, those black stripes are probably going to have to come in when I do the wash. Because it's very, very thin little crevices, and that's more suited for when the wash is applied. All right, and getting this nice and filled in, getting it nice and good. All right, yeah. I probably have more to do. Let me consult how it looks on the box. Yeah, probably gonna have more to do with the desert tan color, like the beach, you know, the beach color. What looks like sand. All right. Okay. I have to do it by his head. It's the only thing without paint. All right. So I think base coating for the most part is done. All right. Let's put that aside. Let's put this aside. Take that off so I don't blind anybody. Okay. So. All right, so like I said, it looks like the base coating for the most part is done. It's going to be a lot of little things here and there that are next, like a lot of little details. The only thing that's really big that has to really be done is Vulture's wings, but they're, you know, I mean, I looked at the box. It did show a grayish color, but I might do it white because that's how I remember it in the comics. So, so yes, I'm going to let that paint dry and stay, you know, and when we come back, I'm going to do details. So stay tuned. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've let that base coat paint some time to dry on the Vulture and Sandman, so let's get into it. Alright. Okay. Get that ready, and down you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to start with the Vulture this time. I'm going to get the wings and that bit around his head. Alright, so I'm actually going to need two brushes, because I need the big one for this, for the wings, and then I'll switch to one with a more fine brush for the for that part, because I don't want to get the white paint everywhere. I just want it to be, you know, on that, so I'm going to need a different type of brush, well, different size brush really. All right. Oh, I got itch in my nose. All right.
back with the green because I'm seeing parts of his arm that I missed. Yeah. Probably gonna have to do the same thing and get a smaller brush to use that. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we'll say when I was putting this piece together, oh, these wings were a bitch to get on. I think I ran out of paint on the cap, so let's get it from there. Yeah, I had a really hard time getting the wings to say. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, because it was a little while back that I put this together, because the arms were attached. It was still a bit of a pain in the rear to get it done. But yeah, I mean, well, I'll just say this: it was easier than when I did, the Angel Archangel figures. It was easier than that, but it was still pretty difficult. Well, the main problem I have with a lot of these, because Atomic Mass Games, who makes these pieces, I I almost kind of want to write them a letter saying, hey, listen, most of the people who buy your products are adults. We have big fingers. Stop making these things with such tiny pieces. All right, so now, oops. All right, well, you know what? Not going to worry about getting it on the head because that's going to be a little bit later. So by the time I get to it, this white paint should be dry. I do, however, want to make sure that I do not get the white paint where I've already painted it green. Excuse me, green. Okay. But you know something? If I do wind up getting it where the green is, and when I have to fix that part where the arm is for the green, I'll just do little touch-ups. All right. There we go. Actually, yeah, it's going on pretty nicely. All right, let me just get a little bit more. Okay. All right. Okay, so with Vulture, after I do a little bit of touch-ups and get the head and the flesh color, and all I basically got is this wall, this little piece that's like a viewer, and so this will be like, I guess, because I have metallic gray out, so I'll put metallic, this in metallic gray. I'll do the wall in red, the brick wall in red, and then the only thing that's left is the base. All right, so let's see how much I can get done before I need to seriously let some paint dry. Alright, I'm going to go back to Sandman. Oops. Alright, so. Alright, I do need to. Excuse me. I do need to come back for, with the desert yellow. Excuse me, to get a little bit of the top of that. So let me do that now. Alright. Do it with a thin brush. Alright. Now, I was thinking of making his head, the desert yellow as well, but I decided against it, and I decided to just make it like a regular flesh tone. I do need to put a little bit here. I'm just going to do a little bit of touch-ups here while I have the color out, where it goes close to the green for the shirt, so this way it looks, as good as I can get it. All right. Now, that looks pretty good. Alrighty. Oh, geez, before I do that, let me make sure these little, do a little touch-ups on these. Actually, I need a bigger brush for that. So let's see, maybe I could find the brush I was using before. I think that's it. All right, just trying to get little bits on the on these extra pieces here, where the paint may have gone on a bit thinner and is not filling in as good as the rest. All right. Oops. Yeah, the bottom could be done with different colors there, and this one is a little bit here. Okay. And all right. Okay. So I should be done. I should be done with that color. Whether or not I am is another story. All right. So let's get the metallic gray out. Yeah, there it is. All right. Now, thin brush is good. So you see here with Sandman, there's like pieces of rebar, I mean, there's one here supposed to be like a traffic light. I took yellow out for that. I'm probably gonna paint that yellow because that's what it would normally be anyway. All right, so let me just try to get what I can with this metallic gray. One thing I will say about all these pieces for the Sandman is it totally covers the base, so I don't actually have to do anything with it. It's one of those rare pieces where it's like it covers the entire base. All right, so the rest of it, I'm going to do a regular gray color to make it look like more like rock. But these two pieces were supposed, they're supposed to be metal, so that's why I did that. All right, let me just put him here for now. So let's take out these other ones and see what we got here. All right, for the big hand, I just see cinder block and what's supposed to look like other, rock type debris. Right on here, this is where we need more of this color, this metallic gray. We got this thing here is like a street light or porch light. I think it could go either way, to be honest. So we'll get this with the metallic gray. Now I haven't read too much into the piece for this character, so I don't know how these little bits will come into play. But it should be interesting, right? All right, now we got some things here that look like they're kind of like they kind of sort of should be metal as well. So, oops, I think some of the desert yellow was not dry yet. So I am trying to post videos up more frequently, so I'm not making as many at once as I was. So instead of making like 5 videos, I'm only making, like at a time, I'm only making 2. Oops. Oh boy. That's what happens sometimes when you don't let paint dry. Excuse me. Alright, rest of this, oh, let me get a little bit here. Okay, the rest of this would be with the stone color mainly. Alright, so I'm going to leave this out just in case. Actually, no, I am going to I am going to need it. I'm going to need it on this. You know what, while I got it out, why don't I just do this? May as well, right? It's like those little viewport things that you would put like like quarters into when you're on the top of a tall building, and would allow you to to like basically use it to like see for like well, I'm going to say miles, but I don't think it actually reaches that far. I've never actually used one myself, unfortunately. I've never had the opportunity. So, not really speaking from experience. Okay, now I'm done with this color. Still going to leave it out though, just in case. Alright. Alright, so for Vulture, let me just take a look, see if it looks like that. It might be dry enough. It's not like I gotta go over it, so I'm gonna take out the flesh tone. And I can get both of these guys with that. Except if I can get the darn thing open. There we go. Oh my. Can't make this stuff up, can you? Alright. Okay. So, let's get a little bit on the brush and... might be better from there. Okay. Okay. So, that's the advantage of the head being a tiny little piece. Alright, now for Sandman. So, I'm going to try to bring it down as kind of like a blend in with the desert yellow. See if I can, pull that off. Alright. So before I can even think of doing the hair for Sandman, I'd have to wait for this to dry. Alright. And let's put that away. So flesh tone might actually be finished. And let's see, what have I got with the battery life? Ooh, battery life is dwindling down. All right, let's see what I can get with the gray. All right. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a nice little brush for that one. That looks like a good one. All right, so anywhere I see like a cinder block or anything that looks like it's supposed to be stone or rock or something like that, that's where I go with this color. Let's go. And boy, did they indulge in this with the cinder blocks and all that. Holy crap. All right. All right, that's, like I said, that's a street light, so I'm not going to do that. Oh. Almost forgot to look at the arms for that. All right. Ooh, there's another one there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Oh my my! Gotta have fun with this, right? Some of it is subtle, but I'm trying to find them all. All right. So I think on the main piece for Sandman, got it pretty much all taken care of here. Now it's giant hand right in the middle of the palm. You have a nice cinder block right there. Okay. Oh, no, maybe not. All right. Okay, so all the stuff on the bottom here. Well, some of it, not all of it. All right. Okay. Now let's go with this piece here. Oof. Got a bunch more. Not as much as I thought. All right, I do see some that looks like brick. I'm not going to do those red because I think it would stand out too much on, against like the sand. I don't want it to kind of overshadow the sand color. All right. Okay. That's it for that. All right, this is a good point to take a break because also I think my battery's about to die. So, okay, so we're gonna let that paint dry, and when we come back, it might just be the finishing touches on Sandman and the Vulture. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we've given that paint on Sandman and the Vulture some time to dry, and you can see if maybe we can start trying to finish this up. All right, so see what we can do about that, because we are close. We are very close. All right. Okay. I'll start with the Vulture, because there is one little touch-up I did forget to do. So let's go back in with the green. Let's get a nice little brush. Yeah, this will do. Get that there. Okay. Thought I messed up there. Okay, all right. So now, for Vulture, pretty much all that's left now, because he ain't got no hair, is to do that little brick wall. So let's put the green away. Take out the red. I do wish sometimes that these tops wouldn't get so darn stuck. And use the napkin for a little grip, because all this crap that's on the bottom, and that's not my own fault, that was starting to cut into my hand. Okay. Actually, one of these days I should actually get more red paint. Alright, let's get this brick wall done. All right, we're getting this done. And I gotta remember to do the other side too. So when I do these pieces, you know, I try to get pretty much, try to make them look as best I can, not only because I'm doing it for the channel, but I've always, when I painted these, I've always been like under the premise of, you know, if I were bringing these to, like, say, a tournament, you know, how would I want them to look? Would I want them to look really good or just half-assed? And of course I want them to look good. Do I even have this light on? Alright. I think I may have to charge up this light sometime soon, maybe after I'm done with these videos today. Okay. Getting close to being done with the brick wall. Now, the spaces in between the bricks will stand out when I do the wash. Okay, that was a pure accident. Alright. Oh, got it. Yeah, so when I was putting together these pieces in this set, for some reason, Atomic Mass Games isn't very specific about the size of the base. So, I mean, this was mainly for the Sandman pieces. It's like I was using all the wide bases for the, you know, for the little bits there. Oh, so that brick wall's done. So I was using, you know, like I said, the wide bases for that, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know, trying to, you know, figure out why why what I put together wasn't looking like what was on the box, and then I realized that the two small bases that was supposed to be used were supposed to be for these things. All right, so let me take a look at this. This looks like nothing else needs to be done to it. And same with here. I mean, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the neutral gray and go around the edge of the base to make it look better. As what I'll do the same with this. But now for for Sandman, let's get the hair, because we got the regular, you know, the face and all that. So let's get the hair, and then after that, I'm going to basically I'm going to get this traffic light. One thing I always wondered about is why, when they drew Sandman, did they pretty much give him the same type of hairstyle as Norman Osborn? Well, Norman and Harry Osborn. Alright. Yeah, I never understood that. Okay. Alright. And that's the hair. Alright. So, let's see. Well, we don't need the brown anymore, but we are going to need the yellow. So let's get the yellow out. It's going to be very, very quick with the yellow. Alright, so let's get a good one. And actually, I think this one will be good. Okay, so alrighty, so pretty much got everything else that is caught up in the Sandman's wake here, except for this one. I'm doing it right now. it's kind of like some points it's like blending in with the sand like it's supposed to, because it's supposed to be trapped within it. So yeah, okay, I think that's good. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, since I have it out and in front of me, I will take the gray color and get the bases for all of these guys. Let's see, is this? Yep, this is it. All right. So let's get a good one. All right. So then basically the only thing that would be left to do, I mean, we'll have excuse me, we'll have to take a break to let this little bit of paint dry that's been applied for both pieces, and come back and do the wash, and then that's pretty much going to be it for these two. All right. Okay. Let's get these smaller ones. All right. Nice. Coming out so nice. I do say so myself, and I do. All right, that's that. And all right, on this one a little bit more of the base is showing, so I'll just get that really, really quick. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now we move on to the Vulture. All right. I'm gonna try not to get to where I'm gonna need to put the metallic color. Oh, I'm already failing. All right. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to have to wait until this paint dries before I can do the wash. Just about. Okay. I think I've used just about every brush I have. Oh, so yeah, let's put this away. And let's take out the, this is it? This is it, the metallic gray. Because you got what looks like the manhole cover, although, I don't know, technically I guess I don't have to, but I'm going to do it anyway. Got the sewer grating and the manhole cover. Even though I'm sure everybody knows that all of this stuff would not be on top of either one of these. but I figured, what the heck, it's there, so let's paint it. All right. Just about done with these pieces. All right. Let me put this away.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna let that paint dry. All I have left to do is the wash, and the Sandman and the Vulture are finished. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've given the paint on Sandman and the Vulture some time to dry, so all that's left is the wash, and it's all finished. All right, so let's get to it. All right. All right, let's bring it down there. Okay. All right, let's get the Vulture first. Okay. Okay. Actually, I did lose a whole bunch of time today. My ex-wife needed to print something out and then had trouble doing it, so I basically was sitting here for quite some time waiting for her to be done before I started doing the videos today. Okay. Alright, that's the Vulture. Let's get the main piece of the Sandman. So yeah, on the shirt part, the black from the wash will just fill right in where it's supposed to be like a black stripe. But it also helped the sand look like gritty, like it's excuse me, like it's supposed to look. There's a lot of area to cover on Sandman, so it's going to take a little bit longer than usual. Getting it nice and nice in there. Look at that, filling in pretty good, especially with all those little crevices because of the the parts of it that's supposed to be sand. That's filling in really nice on that. Okay, let's go with the big hand next. Alright. Okay, getting it just like in the main piece, filling in pretty good. Giving it a nice gritty look. Okay. And that's the big hand. Gotta watch out it don't slap you, right? And now this piece. So I'm sure in the game these extra pieces are they're probably on the player card, to it's like some type of effect
you know, that'll be good for some type of attack. I remember when I did the Magneto piece, there was a bunch of like twisted metal type things, and it's like the same as this. I did, you know, I never did figure out what to do with those though. But then again, I haven't really used Magneto too much. All right, and there we go. So, alrighty. Okay, now let's get him up for presentation. There you go. Oops, sorry. Vulture and the Sandman. Whoops! I almost dropped this one. Oh my. Vulture and the Sandman, ready to go out and face Spider-Man and any allies he can muster. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I do have affiliation status with Amazon, so I will be putting links to this product and the core set. You know, I might do some others, but I'm not sure yet. It's going to be in the description, and if you find my video on social media, it'll be in the you know, the description there as well. You know, so if you have any interest, please use those links, you know, so that I can get some credit for it. So anyway, thank you for watching. That's all I have for you for today. Excuse me. Yeah, so please, you know, like and share, and you know, like, subscribe, and share this video as much as possible. Please go over to Tabletop Jones Productions and do the same there. You know, we are trying to grow our channels and reach as many people as possible. All right, so thank you again, once again, for watching. I hope you have a great day and you take care of yourself, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.